Face here, Chudia, Kenyan. Hello parents, welcome to the next video in the Parents as Coaches series. This is actually the last of the pre-recorded ones. I did an initial wave of recordings in December, right before Christmas. And so all the comments you've been making up until now on the previous videos, I'll be reviewing them and they'll be affecting videos after today. So in case you're wondering, why hasn't he done what I said? I texted about this, blah, blah, blah. Because these were all recorded ahead of time. These are going to use one of my probably most underutilized training tools, are the cones. I don't use them because they're hard to set up and they're hard to keep in spot. They get knocked around, they get kicked around, whatever might happen. They don't stay up as much as they like. But this drill is fantastic. I encourage this, especially for my adults. I know this is parents as coaches. I know this is for you to practice with your kid. But balance is more important for my adults and my seniors than it is for my kids. A 4-year-old falls, they fell 3 feet. They're going to be annoyed, but they're not going to be hurt. Grandma falls 5, 6 feet, right? She falls from wherever she's standing to the ground. Now it's bad for her. It's going to be a bad day, right? Or grandpa or mom or dad or whoever, right? No adult likes falling for the most part. So this drill is great for balance. I'm going to be a little bit reductive for a second, but there's usually 3 causes of imbalance. First, the ankle. Second is the core. Third is the inner ear. Most people don't have inner ear issues. There are a couple. I don't know what the percentages are, but it's more likely to be ankle strength or core strength. So if we first take a step back and talk about not a foolproof 100% deduction, but one of the things we can look for is if you're standing on one leg and your ankle's moving a lot, that's a sign that it's the ankle strength, right? If your leg is doing this and wobbling back and forth, or you find yourself hopping around a lot, probably ankle, probably calf strength. If you find your upper body doing this a lot, or the hip kind of popping up like that, that's the core strength. The inner ear is more consistent and honestly more, what's the word? Violent would honestly be the right word, because it just, and they have to make sure that both feet on the ground, there's no saving, there's no stopping it. I am not an expert on inner ear issues because that is not something we can fix in martial arts. So I could be wrong about that, but that is my understanding of inner ear issues. Now, getting on with the video. I have several fun colored cones to make sure they're distinguishable from each other. You don't have to use cones. You can use dots like the one I have here telling me where to stand where you can see my feet. Or any other soft, squishy thing that you might step in on at home. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set them up kind of like a clock. So I'm going to be the middle of the clock. I'm going to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So clock, square, whatever you want to imagine as. But I'm in the middle of this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with just the front. Take my foot, touch the front, bring it back in. The knee is not very high up the ground. Level 1 is just little. I'm not going very high off the ground, just tapping. You can't tell, so turn from a side view over here. There's going to be a little bit of pivot, right? There's a compensation. The hip's going to come forward just a little bit. And the closer it is, the less the shift that happens. The farther out it is, the more we now need to make this happen, make this bounce happen. We'll leave it about there for the sake of this video. Level 2 would be trying to do a series of dots. So for now, I'm going to go black, white, green, yellow, right? So I'm going to pick my knee up. It's not very bent. Black, fairly hard balance right there. White, green, that was a little far away. Yellow. There you go, I'm back at it. If you notice, I had to bend my knee, I had to compensate just a little bit to reach out there, so that's probably a little far for a beginner drill. But eventually, I want to be able to get from the orange dot around the orange dot, which means for this side, this orange dot's a little far away. What I mean, the end of level 1, if you will, is orange. Woo! Black, white, green, yellow. Can't see that color. Can't see that color. Oh, I missed. Boom. Haha. Yes, even spacing is not a thing of this because I can make this leg go much farther that way, then I can make that leg go that way. But then when we switch legs, it's going to be the same thing, right? Go from yellow to green to white to black to orange to, I'll cheat with the mirror this time, red to blue to purple. Can I get yellow again? To yellow. There we go. I can tell which leg is my stronger leg. Now, if you notice, right, is that a position you find yourself in a regular daily basis? No, probably not. The ones on the far opposite sides are probably going to be the hardest of these. But that's why we're starting with level 1. That would be the end of level 1. Level 2 for this drill. I'm going to focus on just the white one for a second. Knee comes up and goes out, right? So for our karate students, this is a chamber. For my adults, this is a really bad pain in your back, or pain in your neck, I guess. Up and out. Ready? Try a different angle. Up and out. Up and out. Up and out. Believe it or not, that takes less balance than the final version of level 1 because you have that return. Instead of just completely throwing myself off every single time, I am coming back to center location, training my body to return to neutral. My hip flares out, my knee bends, but I come back to neutral. My body knows where it's stable. So you go through these motions. This is tiring. Gotta hit you with the mirror. I don't know how many reps you, particularly person watching this, can do in a day. I would myself, can I get it? I myself would not do more than 2 or 3 of these in a day, because otherwise want to say peroneal tendons. The peroneal tendons are going to get very angry on your legs. We don't want to stress them out too much. So 1 or 2 reps is enough. In the beginning, when you feel more comfortable, you are certainly welcome to add more and more reps. All right, this last version is mostly just for my karate students. This is taking up an even farther level. We're going to add an extra piece in between every single chamber. Because it is a chamber, so it's just, why would we chamber and not kick afterwards? So parents, you're working this with your kid, have them do the balance, then tell them, hey, pick your knee up higher, right? So they're doing this. Hey, little Tommy, why don't you pick your knee up? And now little Tommy's doing this, right? You tell them, hey, isn't that a chamber? What do you do after you chamber in karate? And now what's little Tommy going to do? Yes, I did switch my leg for the sake of the video. Pick the leg up. Hi-ya! They're going to pick their leg up. Probably still do a front kick. Hi-ya! Pick the leg up. Maybe from here they'll do a side kick. Boom. Put their leg back down. Oh man, that right one got so far away. They do a round kick. Bam. And so now they're going to practice that balance. So I want to take a step back for a second. We can only fix so many things at once. We can only practice so many things at once. So if you were to clip that video of me doing the round kick, my arm's little T-Rex on here, looks awful, looks ugly. But remember, for this particular drill, we're working on balance. Later, we can talk about keeping the guard up. That's what the noodles were for from previous weeks. That's what the pads were for from previous weeks. This about balance. This about making sure their ankles are strong, making sure their core is strong. And I believe that's it for this video. So let me step outside of my square. Thank you so much. If you learned something, if you liked it, if you got a chance to practice with your kid, please leave a like. If you have any questions, if you'd like anything different in future videos, please leave a comment down below. Face here, Chidiot. Kinyan.